How's it going, everybody? So here we are back finally again with Parents versus Gaming. We're trying to stay on board, obviously, and keep up with all of you. Obviously, we've had some changes. People are gone. If you're coming back, you haven't been around for a while. Jordan didn't fall off the bus or anything. She's just really focused on doing some of her own stuff. She does, if you look up Lex Game Network, that's someplace you can find her. And US Bobber, Mr. J. Noller, is basically just so busy. I mean, we're lucky to catch him at all. Key and I are also busy, which is why we've missed quite a few weeks, but we are doing our best to get back on track. This is our main show again. It's on Sunday nights. We've kind of scaled back some of the other things. So I'm excited. Kia's full-time, and she was just telling me she's got maybe a possible interest in adding another third for a couple of episodes in the future. So she's going to be reaching out to them, another parent. And then, of course, if you want to catch me streaming, I do a lot of Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov streaming. I play with this fancy Azeron keypad that I got from Azeron. So if you want to learn,
last time I popped into your stream,
if you want
to,
if you want to learn a little bit about what it's like to play with a keypad, especially for us older console gamers trying to play PC games, it's a huge step up. So you can find me at the 3J Gamer. That is my official name that I don't plan on ever changing again. I will say that with a grain of salt. And then, of course, Kia. And, of course, I play with Ender. And in Master of Shadows, you'll find over there. And Wright is in PC Gaming now. So you will see us going at it again as you have in the past. But with that being said, what about you, Kia? What are you doing? What's the streaming like for you? What's going on?
So last week I actually the only day I streamed was
How's
Saturday,
it going, everybody? So
and
here we are back.
Stream for crazy long. I have been sick. My lovely nieces, I'm sure, gave me whatever they had because I've been watching my nieces.
No, you've been sick for a while. You've really been battling this.
And I finally threw in the towel. I'm not one to go to doctors. I can't stand them. I've been in and out of hospitals since I was 2. So I steer clear of doctors if I can because I just don't like going. But it got to the point I have literally bruised. The doctor said I more than likely bruised my rib cage because I was coughing so much.
That's a thing?
So, yes, it is. He's actually had someone come in with broken ribs because they were coughing so hard. It is a thing. 100% is a true thing. I'm
allergic to chicken. What am I going to do? Argue with you? So I have some weird stuff.
Yeah. So it's been if I cough and I reach for my side, that's why, because it hurts really bad when I cough.
I'm not trying to laugh at you.
I know, and it's so bad because I'll get worked up and I'll start like laughing, and it makes my cough even worse, and so it aggravates my cough. But when I threw in the towel, I went to the doctor. I told him what was going on, and he's like, He's like, all right, I'm going to prescribe you like 5 different things, and we're going to just cover all the bases.
Oh, no.
He gave me 2 different antibiotics. He gave me an allergy medicine just to be safe, to make sure it wasn't just my allergies acting up. I don't normally have allergy issues. But he also gave me a daytime cough medicine and a nighttime cough medicine to kind of help with keeping my cough at bay so my side can heal. He said more than likely I probably strained a muscle or just overworked something. But he said if it doesn't get better within the week, I have to come back for a chest x-ray. And I'm like,
oh no.
So here's to hoping everything gets better, because I really don't want to have to go back. But yes, I have been sick, mostly because I keep watching my snot-nosed nieces. And yeah, it's just been a roller coaster ride. But I did take the week off last week because I did not have the energy and I didn't feel good. So
yeah, it's tough. It's tough to get on stream and not like feel good. Like we can all play video games, right, with our friends and play that if we don't feel good. But to stream, like if you really don't feel good, like it just sometimes really puts a damper.
It puts a damper on the mood, and it shows to your viewers like you're not yourself, and they'll call you out on it. Like, look, you don't feel good. You don't look like you feel good. Like, maybe you should just not. Like,
yeah.
I had quite a few people that like really they like really reached out to me, and they like kept pushing, like, you really need to go see a doctor. Like, you've been sick for far too long. You need to go. So I was like, oh, but I don't wanna. Like I felt like a little kid at that point. Like, meow.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
Now, what I did notice, I jumped into your stream a little bit, and I know you've jumped into mine as well, as you're stretching over there with your
Mm.
side. If you want to watch some really fun stream, honestly, I was shocked. You've kind of transitioned some of who you play with a little bit. I see you playing with little nudes quite a bit,
Yes,
and you've
yes.
got kind of an all-girl team going into Apex quite a lot lately.
Sometimes, yes. Yeah, yeah,
So,
I
and
do.
you guys are pretty entertaining. I will say that.
Where they oh my gosh. The range of people that I play with and how they are, like their personalities mesh. It's so funny because you would think they would clash, but it meshes so well. So one of my partners that he kind of took a break from social media
Mm.
and games in general, like he just took a week off, so I hadn't had him as my duo partner. He's actually my moderator. His name's Adzi. He's super sweet, love him to death. He's from Australia, so it makes it hard for us to play games together
Oh yeah, the time
sometimes.
difference. Yeah.
So sometimes I have to stay up super late in order to play with him. And but we'll play, and me and him will like goof off the entire time. And then we have another friend that we play with, Sammy, and he is so serious. And all you hear is me and Adzi cutting up in the background. We're in ranked, mind you, okay? So ranked is like a serious part of the game. Like that's you're trying to
You're
get
trying to pay a
better
lot.
and
You're
get
trying to
climb
be,
the
yeah.
ranks, okay? So me and Adzi, and I'm on TikTok, and I actually uploaded the video on TikTok because it was so hysterical. I said this is what late night grinding rank will get you. I had no English words. Like it was just we were pushing into like the final circle, and I was like sitting there running, and Sammy's like, okay, check for rats. You know, that's what we call people that
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
there
yeah.
in corners and hide. Okay, so we're like, all right, checking for rats, and we're like going in there, and as soon as I walk into the next room and I look out the door, I'm like, oh, we got Pebbles. Pebbles, people, pop. I couldn't get the word people out of my mouth. Like it was not working, and I was like, we got Pebbles, we got Pebbles out there. Pebbles are out there. Like I couldn't do it. I don't
They're
know
probably like,
why,
what are you
but I was
on
like,
gravel?
man, English is hard. So, and all you hear is me and Adzi are laughing at this because I can't speak, and Sammy's over there like nading. Valk's one shot, and he's dead serious, and me and Adzi are just cracking up in the background. I was like, yep, and he has to deal with us.
And you know, what I've been impressed with is you've really put me on. I jump in quietly because I never want to like talk too much and take away because I kind of enjoy
Yeah,
how she acts. Little Nudes, I've been really impressed with. She has a decent following, right?
she does. She has a
Like
huge following.
she's got a pretty, she's not Valkyrie level or
She
Sweet
also
Tails,
she also
but she's got
recently
a
got partner.
on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
what I
she
mean. Like
did.
she's up there, and by a decent following, I mean in enough, like you said, to get partner,
Yeah.
which is what average 100 viewers,
Average 75 viewers.
75 viewers for
Mhm.
X amount of time.
For a
Yeah,
month.
for a month. Okay,
For a month.
so she's obviously got quite a bit of following, and now I would say if you're a parent and you want to kind of dive into the streaming world and see what it's all about, I think if they're not looking at watching you and they want to see a little bit more, like I'm not trying to shame either one of us because our followings
No,
aren't
oh
as
no.
great as hers, but
No.
she's so like just genuinely herself, it seems to be all
She
the time.
is. She very much is.
Like she doesn't seem to really put on much of a show. She's not putting on a stage. She's not dressing a certain way to try to get a huge amount of viewers. And I just kind of want to throw her out there to anyone that listens to our podcast. I think she's a great one. How do you for anyone listening, Kia, what is it?
To spell it, it's Lilnoodz.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's on
And
Twitch.
all her people are her they're her noodles. That's
Her
why
noodles.
she says nudes. It's for noodles. She loves noodles, and in fact, her Discord is I think it's called the Noodle Bowl. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love her. She's super sweet. I'm so happy I met her. She is an amazing person. She does mainly stream Apex. She does have a sponsorship with Mobile League of Legends, so she does
Okay.
she does stream that on occasion, and she plays with viewers. I I absolutely love hanging out in her chat though. She never makes it a priority for you to chat, but she always tries to greet everybody that comes in, which anybody who knows and has a big audience that pops in and you have a ton of people trying to talk to you in chat, like you see the
It's
chat
a
just
lot.
blowing up. It's so much. And even like there are nights, like I'm not a big streamer, but there are nights if I have 10 people in there and they are all chatting, I feel really guilty for missing things because it's so easy to miss
I
something
can't imagine anyone jumping
when
in
you
your
have
chat
an active chat.
and you skipping all their chats. I don't know if you've ever done that to me, but you know,
Stop it.
I'm like sending novels over there. He was like, I stopped reading 10 kills ago.
Oh,
You can stop typing.
yeah.
No, but she is. Like I said, and her jumping in and playing on your stream lately, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun to watch. You know, it's really cool to see her stay super humbled. You know, just getting partners. She hasn't. There are some
Yeah.
people that, not all of them. Not trying to throw anybody under the bus or anything, but some of them, you get to that level and then you just, I don't know, they go about it differently. And then it's funny, you'll see 3, 4, 5 months later, their viewership's dropping into 30s, 40s, like they start losing, and the ones
Yep.
that become more themselves, they keep going.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I had for you in regards to streaming
Okay.
is, almost a year ago now, not quite a year ago, you had the Tims jump into YouTube and the Dr. Lupos, and they were making this big push, and YouTube gaming was going to be here, and Facebook is still giving you 100% of your stuff. Why do you think none of them have really pushed Twitch around? Why is Twitch still the number one spot, even though for non-gamers it's the least accessible thing? YouTube and Facebook are so casual for them to go, right?
Yeah.
But why do you
I
think...
think I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I feel like Twitch has been around a little bit longer. But I feel like with YouTube, you don't necessarily watch people live on YouTube. You know? Like you don't go to watch people live. You just watch their uploaded videos. And a lot of times that all you see there are their best clips. Like their best work that they do. You don't see the hours and hours on end that it took
True.
for them to get to that. To get those clips. You don't. Like we were trying to explain that to Kane because he sees people do these like crazy things. He's like, "Oh, that's not fair. How did they?" And it's like, "Well, you don't understand. They probably spent 10 hours just trying to get that one clip."
What's
like,
funny? What's funny
like-
is I tried to explain this to someone, but they were younger, and I was like, I don't know if you'll know this reference I'm about to make. For sure, Jay and Ender would have known. But I talked about Bill Dance Fishing. Did you ever see that? Like, did your parents ever watch that on Sunday? Where like Bill Dance Fishing?
I don't
There's this
think
guy
so.
with the Tennessee hat that went out on a boat and he just bass fished. But the show was only 30 minutes long. And forever I would go fishing with my friends and be like, motherfucker, like
Why can't I catch a fish?
like I can't catch anything. Like these guys are catching like fish. And as I got older, my dad was like, I mentioned it one day watching it. I was probably 13, 14. He was like, you know they don't catch all these fish in 30 minutes, right? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, this is like a week of fishing. He's like, look, they don't even hide it. He's wearing a different shirt at the second half of this episode than he was in the first half. You just didn't pay attention. I was like,
because you don't. Yeah, back then you didn't.
"Oh." So and there were a lot of shows that we watched on TV that's what they did. I think that relates really to what you're saying. Like, so people get on YouTube, even Facebook. Some of the stuff you see people's clips on their stuff, and it's just 5 minutes, or TikTok, it's a couple minutes or a minute of just like bang, 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 bang. And then they look at, like, if they're exclusively streaming on one of those platforms, it's easy for these people to find them, but I feel like they're watching them and they get bored. Is that kind of where you're going with it?
Yeah.
They're used to seeing clips and then...
Yeah. And then, like I said, like you can't, like, okay, so Facebook just got into the gaming world, right? I've heard people say it was harder. Like, I've had people that have been streaming, they were streaming on both platforms. And they were having a hard time because they were streaming on both platforms. So they were having a hard time getting viewers from Facebook to come over to Twitch and Twitch to come over to Facebook. It's not easy for people to try to do both platforms. Now, for people who do like Twitch and YouTube, like we do. Well, I mean, I don't YouTube, although Kane keeps saying I need to make a YouTube channel. Mom, you need to make a YouTube channel. I'll subscribe to you, Mom. He's such a hype man. I love
He's a
it. He's so
cheerleader, right?
cute.
So
He
he's
really
got your
is. He's
back.
such a cheerleader. He has a mama's back for sure. Um, but versus like so Twitch, you can sit there and you go live. People get to watch you fail over and over again, and they get to see you in those moments when you do manage to like clutch that fight if you're into FPSs or whatever it is. They get to see you clutch it, but they also witnessed all the struggle, like the whole struggle the whole way, you know? And then you take those and you get your best highlights and you get your best clips and you can form it into a nice montage of wonderful video and post it to YouTube.
Hmm.
And then you got all your YouTube people that can sit there and watch it. And it I feel like I don't think Twitch is going anywhere unless they do something really, really dumb. I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think YouTube or Facebook or any of those other gaming sites are going to be able to push it out. Another reason why is because it's owned by Amazon.
Hmm.
Let's just face it, Amazon runs the world, guys.
Yeah, so they've
Let's
definitely got the
face it.
financial backing to take a hit, but
Oh yeah.
it is. I'll be honest. I am surprised that no one's pushed them around enough to, at least to make them change kind of the way they do some of the financial stuff with
Yeah.
your everyday streamer.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
I've
still making a
noticed-
killing off of all of our ads. Even I mean,
Oh,
I'll get 4
yeah.
people to watch me if I'm lucky, but that's still 4 people to watch ads.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get like, I don't know, half of a penny off of it, but they're making money.
Yeah. They don't. I think it would be nice if they would rework it a little bit. That would be nice, but they probably won't.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going anywhere. Because there's really no other true platform to go to that's that's strong enough to push them to do something, to get
I agree.
out of, so until something else comes along and can actually make a wave and actually push them, they're just going to continue to make a killing.
So if you're a parent, and I've been getting this a lot lately because a lot of people are starting to recognize the podcast that we do. They know that I stream. Obviously, I work for a resort company, so I'm a rep, and I go around and I work with a lot of travel advisors, and I do a lot of social media stuff, and I basically I do a lot of webinars, and instead of your classic PowerPoint webinar, I do streaming video game stuff to make it look fancy, and everyone's like blown away. Where if you were to look at it, you'd be like, this is really stupid. This is your stream, but you're talking about a resort. Like, you'd be like, I don't understand why people think this is crazy. But then a lot of these people never see anything. Well, now they kind of are starting to understand that that's what I do on the side, and they're asking a lot more because some of their teenagers are interested into streaming. If you were a mom and Kane was about to turn, let's say, 14, 15.
I'm going to say, I know it's 13 is the age limit for Twitch.
But if he was turning 14, 15 and he said, Mom, I really want to stream. Now, of course, it's a little bit different for you because you have the experience, you understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But if another parent came to you, asked the same situation, they weren't video game players at all, and they've kind of reluctantly let their kid play, what would be your advice to them? Where should they start streaming? Where should they go? What should they get?
Well, okay, so I wouldn't buy necessarily, maybe not the top line stuff. Like, don't do that, because here's the thing. What if they change their mind and decide that streaming's not for them? Then you just spend thousands and thousands of dollars for no reason. But definitely do your research, because there's good things out there that aren't going to cost you a lot of money to get you into it. Definitely, if they're going to start streaming, let them start streaming from whatever platform, like whatever, like whether it's console or PC, depending on whatever your kid is gaming on, start them off there. But be there, like, be their backbone, be their support. Just like take the time out of the day, help them set up a schedule to start whatever their stream is. Help them with the whole network thing. Help them, like, sit down, kind of do a little bit of research on it and reach out to other streamers, if you're really wanting to allow your child to do this and they seem to be very enthusiastic and you want them to be successful in it, then I would definitely say reach out to either like pop into other chats and just kind of like see what's going on. But then like I said, be their first follower, be there for them, and they can even like what moderators. Like I was talking about Adzi, how he's my moderator. He basically is there to keep me safe from anything that could possibly be harmful to me or my chat. Whether it's just negative towards me or anybody in my chat or anything like that. Like he's there to just instantly like, hey, don't say this stuff. Here's your warning. If you can't abide by this, then bye. You
Yeah.
can ban them. Because he wasn't my moderator beforehand. Before I got hate rated, and he wasn't my mod at the time. In fact, he didn't even know it happened until I had said something, and he felt really guilty because he wasn't there. He wasn't even my moderator. He barely knew me, and he felt bad because he wasn't there to help figure out how to stop it. So it's definitely just establish rules too. Like they need those boundaries, they need those rules, but there's people out there that are going to take advantage of it. Let's just face it. It's time. It's that reality nowadays. So being a parent, don't instantly shoot your child down because they want something like this, because Kane has expressed interest in it. When he's even said it. He said, "Mom, when I get old enough, I would like to stream. I think it would be really cool." I'm fine with it. But best believe that mama bear is going to be right there. Right there, because I don't want I don't want anyone coming at my child because maybe Kane just like pooped all over him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he
exactly.
just killed him in a battle and they come into chat and they get all mad about it. Dude, get over it. Get out of here. So just do your research, support them in it. Honestly, that's the best thing you can do.
And what platform would you recommend?
Probably Twitch.
Just, do you think it's because it's easier?
It's easier. Twitch has made things a lot easier as far as like Twitch even has like so if they're on console, Twitch actually has its own overlays for people already built in and everything, so they don't have to do anything. So that's really nice that they have those automatically.
I also think for younger people starting, and let me know if you disagree with me, but as far as if you're younger and you're still in school and you have a group of friends and all that, but maybe some of your friends aren't big into gaming and you don't want to deal with the pressure of getting made fun of all the time, not doing it on Facebook on your own personal timeline might also seem to be where only the people that really are into gaming are going to come look for you. So you might get more discoverability on Facebook as a kid still in school, but I think you don't have to worry about necessarily putting yourself out there right away until you're comfortable.
Yeah, and that's another thing is like, and that's if you allow your kid to have Facebook. Some people don't, so I don't necessarily think that Facebook gaming isn't a bad thing, but if they do decide maybe they want to do it through Facebook, then they should make like a separate account that's like a gaming
page,
strictly for their gaming page. Like that is their gaming page, and that way they can share it when they're ready to. And if they have friends that know they're into gaming, but they may not be, they can still get those friends. I mean, if they're true friends, they'll support you, even if they're not big into it. They'll still support you in it, and they'll come and hang out. So, but that'll give them that option too, to whether they want to decide if they want to share it or not.
And it is for those parents that are kind of wondering what the transition is going to be like, or if their kid's going to struggle. I mean, I'm 41 years old. Kia's, 22, looks 20, 21. But it is like I speak in front of crowds of people all the time, right? I get up and I give presentations for the company I work for. I've been on a microphone in front of thousands of people. No problem. I have no pressure. But the very first time, for the first couple of weeks I started streaming, it's me and a camera and me playing a video game. I froze. It was a whole, I was like, what? Why am I didn't even understand why I had a hard time speaking, why I had a hard time, I still struggle now. Like somebody will jump in my chat because I stepped away for so long. Instead of having the 8 to 10 people that I was having before, I'm 0 to 3 again. It's like basically, I'm affiliate, but I'm starting all over. And I get so focused on the game that I'm playing, I completely forget to sometimes look over at my other screen and see if someone's chatting. And but the other thing that I like about it, with letting your kids do it, one of the things that I do like about letting your kids do it, is that it's kind of like a job. And
Mm-hmm.
if you get them on a schedule and they stick to the schedule, it's something that they like to do. But if you make them stay consistent, I actually think it's something that can help them in life.
Yep.
So, especially for some of the kids that they don't want to play soccer or basketball or be a cheerleader or band or
Oh
whatever
yeah,
other
there's definitely.
extracurricular activities. Like this can be their extracurricular activity.
Yep. There's definitely things out. Like not every kid is built for stuff like that, and that's okay. Like that's what I try to get Kane to understand. Like it's okay to be different and not be what everybody else is expecting you to be.
Yeah.
You know, like me and Josh have talked to him about it. You know, there's nothing wrong with trade jobs. Like we've said that. There's nothing wrong with that. We need those trade jobs. But there's also nothing wrong with having a desk job or a job that's a little bit easier. It's like computers or something.
Yeah.
Because Josh is going through so much pain from having a trade job. He has a lot of issues. It's from being in a trade job his whole life pretty much. And
Yeah.
then, you know, like he's kind of like Kane, if you really like stuff like this, you know, because he's talked about wanting to make games and stuff like that. Like we're like, go for it. It's good stuff. It pays good money to make video games. Like if you really, and it's not gonna like cause you pain down the road like it does with my husband. Like we're like, hey, go for it, you know.
Exactly.
Like, so
No, I think it's good advice. I think it's smart. Well, Kia, any closing thoughts here before we wrap up the episode this week? Any
nope.
words of wisdom from Mama Bear?
From Mama Bear, try to just support your children. I know sometimes the things they want to do don't make sense. Because Lord, I tell you, Kane has come up with some things. He wants to be a bank man and a Navy SEAL, and he wants to be the bank man that gives money to poor people. Like I can't. Like I don't even know half the time. I'm like, okay, baby,
Changes
that
his
sounds like
mind
a
every day. Yeah.
sounds like a great plan. Like I'm here for it. I'll support you, baby. It's all right. But you know, like just help, just support them and love on them and stop, baby.
And I think we'll have
come
to
over here and tell me what else he wants to do.
You know, something
But
else we'll do in a couple of weeks is we'll do a normal episode like this live, and then I think we'll transition over, and we will pick out a parent gamer or maybe someone like Little Nudes if they're streaming, and we will live watch their stream on our show as a post show and kind of react to what they're doing, why it's good. I think that could be good for some parents to kind of watch.
yeah,
as well,
it
and us kind of
does.
explain like, okay, this is their setup. Now, keep in mind, it looks like this, but you know, we could even throw in some of the Streamlabs stuff and explain how
Yeah.
it works. But I think just kind of getting a little behind the scenes look, and then depending on who it is, if it's Little Nudes or if it's one of the newer parents you've been talking to, maybe we can throw them into a Discord, and then occasionally they can jump in just to say hi between their.
It sounds
gaming.
good. But I will
So-
say that if your child does decide to start streaming, it's gonna feel like a full-time job because it does. It is a full-time job. Like going through, making clips, posting, pushing
Yeah.
your content, like it's a full-time job. You're gonna
Yeah.
need to be there to support them.
3
Even 'cause
days,
there's-
3 days streaming a week is basically like 60 extra hours of work.
and they're gonna hit some rough times, and it's gonna be okay. Like you just have to tell them like it's okay, and if they need to take a break, tell them to take a break, because
Yeah.
more than likely they won't, because they're gonna feel like they should, but they can't, but they need to.
Yeah, of course.
It's good for their mental health.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming out to another episode of Parents vs. Gaming. We will be back next Sunday, the exact same time, 9 o'clock. I'll be here with Kia. I may or may not have a surprise to unbox then. It could be 2 weeks from now. We'll find out. We will more than likely, it is entirely up to Kia, but more than likely we will not have an episode on May 8th, as that is Mother's Day. And I want to respect, so we might skip a week, but next Sunday we will be back, and I want to make sure everybody has a good Mother's Day. But again, you guys can find me if you want to watch someone streaming on this amazing keypad and understand what this Infinity Gauntlet thing is. Come by the 3J Gamer on Twitch. And Kia, where can they find you again?
I'll just say it the way it's spelled. Killa Kane 0801 is where you can find me on Twitch.
Perfect, guys. Well, Kia, thank you so much. a pleasure having you back again.
Yes,
Super
it's
excited
good to be
for us to
back.
go forward, and hopefully you get a little bit better in your rib seal.
I hope so.
Well, thank you
Good night,
guys so
Miss
much for coming
Shadow.
out. Thank you, everybody that stopped by, Mrs. Shadow. We appreciate it. Don't forget, you can listen to the audio on any podcast platform. It'll be out tomorrow, and then any if you want to watch the video version of it, obviously you catch the VOD here on Twitch. You can go over to our YouTube channel, Parents vs. Gaming, and everything will be there. So thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of the night. Bye-bye.